Hello everyone, this is the Honest Reviewer, and me, Adam, and our good friend Youngblood are going to do a dramatic reading of a Lion King crossover with Twilight. Okay, you two, tell me how you're going to feel about this.
Adam, you go first, sorry.
Yeah, I have no idea. I was just asked to do the dramatic reading, and so here I am. Let's see how this goes.
I'm probably gonna die from it, but I'm just gonna humor everyone and read myself to death, so why not?
Okay, I'll start the reading. Okay. He panicked when he awoke. The room was moving. Why did things like this always happen to him? The last thing he remembered was getting way too close to the Kiji camp, and then nothing. Slamming against the side of the wall, he fell on the floor. It jumped. It bumped along the road. It was too cold and dark for him to be at home. He roared angrily as the van jumped over the bumpy road, rolling into Fork, Washington. The truck driver stopped to Forks to fill up, then move along to California to drop off his load.
Load.
Getting back on the road, he headed for the interstate. The slippery road and the deer that ran into the road were too much for the heavy truck driver. He swerved and crashed headlong, sliding into the water into the trees. Well, sliding in the water into the tree. Does that make any logical sense?
Waters and trees are the same thing, aren't they?
Yeah, but you guys said he ran into the water and then into a tree. Was there water in the tree?
I guess the van's Jesus and walked on water into the tree.
Okay, let me continue. He slammed into the wall painfully and saw that the side of the truck now had horrid rend in the side. He felt his head begin to bleed, but he was too frantic to worry right now. Tall trees and sides of mountains towards around him. That just sounds stupid.
I think this is Towered.
Towered. Yeah, I can't read tonight. Okay, running into the forest, he stumbled because of the sudden change in temperature. Nuka picked himself back up and ran for a long time till he couldn't go any further. Okay, who wants to do the next paragraphs?
Sure, I'll take this one. Jacob and Seth were paired off for patrol that evening. Hey, Jake, Seth asked, glancing at his taller companion. Do you smell that? Jacob inhaled deeply, sniffing the air for possible bloodsuckers. Finding none, he stared in confusion at Seth. What? I don't smell any bloodsuckers. Not bloodsuckers. I smells like... I think you mean it. Smells like cat, Seth asked, now confused. It's like cat, but not. This is weird. Do you think we should get Sam? Jacob shook his head. We can handle this, Seth. Seth nodded, and the two shapeshifters walked off into the woods along L.A. Push's borders, searching for the cat-like smell.
Okay, Youngblood, your turn.
Oh, God. Nuku shoved himself to his feet. What? Shoved who?
After a short rest, the adrenaline rush was gone, and now he was just scared. The blood had dried, which was a good thing. But when he stepped forward, away from the tree he'd collapsed by, he stumbled. He hurt his foreleg. What the hell is a foreleg? Great, he mumbled, tucking his leg under him. Walking more cautiously into the woods, he practiced walking on 3 legs. What 3? When did this happen? I don't even know. He was gone for 3 days now. Pacing back and forth, Kiji stared out the window of her hut. Kiji, dear, Nyota sighed. Your father will be here soon. I just spoke to him through the radio. Okay. Kiji's friend since youth said. She looked at her angry 17-year-old friend. Okay, thanks for being randomly specific, story. The well-worn dirt by the window was pounded away by her nervous feet. What? Anger and fright stirred in her heart. Okay. She repeatedly told him that the lion was not for sale. None of them. What a sentence fragment. He kept persisting, and she beat him across the face. Kiji didn't see Nuku coming to the camp. She saw the man had shot the lion and was dragging him into a van. He drove off out of range. Don't you mean range? Rango, what are you even saying? And she collapsed into, that's one word, into the dirt after running after it. What, the dirt? Are you running after the dirt? What's wrong with you? How did this happen, she growled. He wasn't hurting anyone. He was just trying to return my necklace. My necklace, my jeans. They don't know about you, Kiji, Nyota said. If you could just tell them. No, she snapped. I will not become some hideous tool in the hands of wicked men. Kiji, calm down, her friend said. I was just talking about Charles. I hate lying for you. Kiji looked to her friend, then cast her eyes down. I'm sorry. I will tell him. Nyota brightened. You will? Yes, she nodded. It's been 7 years. I guess I owe him. Both girls looked up when they heard the plane's engine grow nearer and louder. They ran outside to greet him and hear the news. Charles looked so sunburnt as he came out of the plane. He carried with him the key for finding Nuku, his laptop from home. What another sentence fragment. Though he lived a life of luxury, he loved the wilds of Africa. He only brought such luxuries in case of emergencies. Okay. And this was definitely emergency. Wait, learn how to spell definitely right? What the fuck? Defiantly an emergency. What is he defiant about? They Googled the company name of the people that took Nuku. How is it that their freaking personal information is all over Google? After searching for an hour, they found that the van was with the cargo. The cargo was driving through Canada into Washington. Charles found a news link and watched the video of the van in flames. The man inside was dead, and the only good thing was there was no what are you talking hillbilly speak? There were no other remains in the burnout shell. Kiki turned to her father and said, Baba O'Reilly. He was really close to me. I never told you this before, but I can talk to them. They understand me and I understand them. I need to go find him. He was shocked and stuttered. What? Shocked and stunned? Do you mean shocked and stunned? What the fuck? He told her that it was too dangerous, but she told him she'd be fine. Nyota could go with her. Charles had brought her visa last year, so getting past security would be a breeze. He sighed and booked the plane. She hugged him and he smiling said... What, he smiling said? What, he didn't saddeningly said? Go get him back. Oh dear.
Okay. Seth and Jacob continued to search for the mysterious scent. They went past Le Push's border, then stopped. That's bloodsucker territory, Seth thought to Jacob. Jacob froze up for a second before he said, They're not here anymore. Seth nodded, and the two continued tracking the scent. It brought them to the outskirts of the forest beside Forks. It's in here, Seth remarked. Jacob rolled his eyes. I knew that, Seth, and said dryly, what the fuck? Seth and Jacob found themselves in the forest now. Weren't they already in the forest? Make up your mind. And the scent grew much stronger. Seth's eyes widened as a shade came into view. Whoa. I don't think that's... Is that how you spell whoa?
No.
Good. Is that what I think it is?
It's the wrong type of woe, anyway.
Okay, Adam.
I guess it's my turn. Nuku kept going step by step. He never realized how hungry he was. His mane had grown some over the past year, and he was barely in his sub-adult years. Said mane was matted and sticking to him due to the wet air. Despite the air, he stopped in his tracks. Something was wrong. Really nice sentence structure. A smell, like a jackal or hyena, but less filthy, was near. Lowering into the brush, he kept his eyes and ears open. This was a horribly structured paragraph. If you can even call it that.
Whatever. Seth stared in amazement at the large cat before him. Whoa! Woe is me for reading this. Look at that, Jake. It's a lion, Seth thought excitedly. Come on, Seth, that's not really... Jake's eyes took in the lion crouched in the bushes. Whoa! Woe is me for you not being able to spell this right. You're right, that really is a lion, Jake finally admitted. If you can spell admitted right, why can't you spell woe right? What the fuck is wrong with you? See, I told you, Seth said gleefully, beginning to inch toward the lion.
Everything inside of him screamed, turned around, and run away. But the smell was different from the warning signs back home. Moving closer to the smell, he heard breathing. 2 sets. Okay. Yeah, I don't think a sentence consists of 2 words. Freezing, he lowered even more. Yeah, that sentence didn't sound good either. He knew Okay. Probably found him. Okay, he was outnumbered. What is with all these fragments? Come on. Is it too much to have more than, what, 3 words in a sentence? Is it really that fucking hard? His flight feeling? What, can he fly? Turned into fight. He...
Okay, I get it.
Yeah, and he... Okay, you don't start a sentence with the word "and," you fucking idiot. And he would fight if he had to, and you don't have the word "if" after commas, dumbass.
Don't end your sentence in a preposition, dipshit.
And that was only chapter 1.
Oh, we'll read the other chapters?
There's more. Oh my god. Alright, let's keep going.
Whose turn is it?
It's your
Yours,
turn.
man.
Alright. I guess we'll just skip the author's note.
Yeah.
Okay. Jacob sighed. Something was going to go wrong. He knew it. Suddenly, a scent made Jacob go rigid. Seth's nostrils flared, and a low, warning growls came from both of them. Nuku misinterpreting the growls tense. Seth, move. That should not have been. Against Jacob. Yeah, screw it. I'm done correcting his grammar because it's just going to keep me here all night. Seth, move. Who am I kidding? Who am I corrected anyway? Jacob shouted, "You don't use one word as your fucking sentence." Alright, fine. Seth, too shocked that a bloodsucker had made it past both him and Jacob, remained completely still, eyes slitted in an attempt to see the vampire. The vampire flew from the right, slamming painfully into Seth's side. Jacob snarled, body quivering with rage. How dare this, ellipses, vampire attack his brother? At least I'm assuming that's how you wanted me to read it. Seth struggled underneath the vampire, growls interspersed with low whimpers coming from his throat as he tried to get the male off.
Oh yeah.
Jacob suddenly lunged from the left, throwing the vampire several feet away. Seth got to his feet, pain shooting from his side. Seth, keep an eye on the lion, Jacob ordered, charging after the vampire. But Jake, I can help. Stay here. Well, at least you know how to do fucking dialogue correctly, except you're supposed to use double quotes, not a single.
Quotations.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, Youngblood, you can read some more.
Okay. Then Jacob was gone, leaving Seth alone with the lion, who had fallen further back in the bushes when the vampire had appeared out of nowhere. Nuku jumped to his feet, seeing the large wolf attack the fleeing human. Turning on the dog, he growled angrily. "Why are you attacking humans?" he shouted to him, letting his stupidity pretend to be bravery. "Don't you think someone will notice they're missing?" "Seth, phase now!" "What? Phase what? Phase into like freaking phasers with your freaking Star Trek crap? What? You heard me, Seth. Phase! It'll be better in the long run. Just do it. Talk to the lion. He seems to understand what we're saying." "But Jake..." "Do it!" Sighing heavily and ignoring the fact that he probably had at least one broken rib. Where did that come from? Seth concentrated, taking his cut-off jeans from the cord around his leg. He phased. What are you doing? Are you using phasers to shoot yourself? What? I don't know. Putting the cut-offs... Okay, you don't use an apostrophe when you're making something more plural. You pluralize it with an S. Freaking goddamn. On quickly. It hurt more this way, but he could deal with it. He had taken down Really after all. Who's Really? No one knows who Really is. Nuku jumped back. What, the Kings? Okay, don't you mean like what the crap or something? What the Kings is... I don't even know what the Kings is going on here. He crouched and laid his ears back. "Stay back," he roared. "Seth! Jake? Seth! Jake? Seth? What is this, a freaking romance novel? On your left." Seth was hit again on the side, this time on the left. Why am I not surprised? He had one fleeting thought that he was going to be one giant bruise, so he's turning into a cut on someone's skin? How is that even humanly possible? One giant bruise before tonight was over because the vampire turned him on his back roughly. Oh, God. "Where is your leader?" the vampire demanded, adding more pressure as Seth struggled. Seth, still confused that Jake had spoken to him as a wolf, wasn't fighting as hard as he could. "Hey," Nuku roared, "get away from him. He ran at the pale man and crashed into him. The vampire was knocked to the ground, unfazed, and Nuku felt like he'd run into a mountain. He shook it off as much as possible and growled at them. While the second vampire had pinned Seth down, Jacob had bitten off the vampire's right arm. We want to see Sam Ooley. The vampire explained. What kind of last name is that? Ooley, like Ooley, like Olay, like oil of Olay. What the fuck? The first vampire explained calmly. How did you know his name, Bloodsucker? That Jacob the man did not really care that he could talk as a wolf. It didn't matter right now. Well, you know what? You don't matter because you suck at writing. We wish to speak to him about making a treaty. No, we don't make treaties, Jacob shouted, yanking furiously at the vampire's left arm. It came off. What is he, Beowulf? And he threw it on the right one, making a small pile which he and Seth would burn after the two of them were taken down. But your great-grandfathers have, young one, the vampire explained, sounding like he didn't really care that he was being ripped apart. What is he, Monty Python's Black Knight? How are you supposed to be anyway? Ancient? Because you sound like one of those... Jacob didn't finish the sentence, images of Bella filling his head. He missed her. He's not one of the Cullens. Okay. When you freaking pluralize a word, don't apostrophize it. I know that's not even a word, but you don't add an apostrophe when you pluralize. That means that you're making a possessive, not making it plural. Seth exclaimed, shoving the second vampire off of him. The lion, whom Jacob had forgotten about when the second vampire had ambushed them, spoke up. I guess you can start, Michael, since I seem like I'm taking up the whole freaking story.
Okay. Why are you attacking these humans? He demanded, glaring daggers at Jake. Oh, I guess he had daggers with him this entire time, huh? Oh, they're not humans, Jacob said coolly. Coolly.
Oh yeah, coolly, not hotly.
Well, of course, we're talking about Jacob. Everyone loves Jacob.
Not me.
Well, of course not you, because you're gay.
Oh, shut up.
Rearing up
I think
on
what
his
he meant by coolly is like calmly.
Yeah,
Thank
but
you
they
for interrupting Rainstar, who was
Sorry.
not part of it.
Stereo.
Just thought I would
Yeah, I know. It's
Rear-
cut it out.
Okay.
It's fine.
Rearing up on his hind legs and ripped the vampire's head off. Well, thank you very much. After doing that, you probably now started a war, dumbass. Seth almost flinched. If it wasn't for the vampire he was trying to rip apart without being a wolf, he would have yelled at Jake to slow down a minute to gather themselves. None of this was making any sense. Well, when does anything in Twilight make any sense? And the fact that the lion had not only talked to them, but understood quite clearly what was happening was confusing enough. Really, he knew what was going on, then why was he asking a bunch of questions? And to have two bloodsuckers to deal with all by themselves. Where was everyone else? Okay, there's an ellipses and they capitalized the word where after the ellipses. That's stupid. Sure, comma, they were on patrol, comma, but the other members of the pack, why is pack capitalized, should have shown up by now to help. One werewolf, they're not werewolves by the way, could take down one vampire. Really, because it seemed like they were sucking at it. As Jacob had just demonstrated. Wait, wasn't he getting his ass handed to him? Can someone refresh my memories?
Good, I don't remember. Help me.
You guys suck. But when the vampires were trying to trick them, that made it difficult. Why was there ellipses there also? Look, whatever your name is, we don't have time for this, Jacob growled, throwing the last piece of the vampire on the pile. He then helped Seth destroy the second one. Jake, we should listen to him. We haven't really had anything to do since... We really didn't have anything to do since you guys were fighting vampires just a few minutes ago. I don't care. I will not be a part of this. As soon as I'm done here, I'm going home. Tell Sam that I can't. Seth suddenly understood. Something here had triggered the Bella response. The Bella response?
What does that even mean?
I guess it's like the bat symbol, except for it's for Bella. Someone should turn that into a meme or something. Probably the vampires wanted to make a treaty, Seth wins. Jake, I'm sorry. Is there anything else I can? Jacob shook his head. No, just go tell Sam and help him if you want. He nodded towards the lion. Seth nodded. Hey Jake, how exactly are you talking to me if you're still a wolf? I don't know.
Who says I don't know? You're writing a damn story.
Oh my god. Wow, there's a plot hole not even the author even understands how to fill. Jake shook his head again, trying to clear right. You can go home if you want. I can handle things here, Seth said quietly. Jacob nodded once again. He was having trouble getting Bella's face out of his head. Well, seriously, it's easy to get Bella's faces out of your head. I mean, look at her. She's fucking ugly. He turned and ran off back towards La Push. Is La Push supposed to be short for La Pew?
I thought it was LA Push, but I guess it's La Push. I don't know.
I'm sorry about Jacob, Seth told the lion. Adam.
Alright, fine. He took a lighter out of his pocket and set the vampire's remains on fire. Watching the flames until there was nothing left. Thank you for that useless sentence. Ignoring the purple smoke and disgusting vampire smell, he glanced for a second at the lion. He was surprised to see the lion's green eyes regarding him curiously. Nuku stared at the human now in front of him. He had been a wolf a few minutes ago, he was sure of it. What the heck just happened? He asked, confused and wondering what the pale man with strange red eyes had done to be killed. Well, ellipses, the human said, comma, clearly not sure what to say. Well, ellipses, what you don't need to capitalize the W in what, ellipses, you saw was a vampire. See, you get it right there, but you fail at it in the fucking... Never mind, moving on. Vampire. What's a vampire? Nuclear question. It's what Stephanie Meyer ruined, thank you very fucking much. All of this wasn't making sense. Period. How had this human been turned into a wolf? You could have made that a complex sentence instead of just two simple sentences. A vampire is, ellipses, the human paused, trying to think of what to say. A vampire is a dead human. Well, they're not really dead, but well, they aren't alive either. Okay, this still wasn't making any sense. He needed more information. Again, complex sentences exist for a reason. Who are you? Or compound sentences. God, I can't remember right now. Oh, I forgot.
Because you have a conjunction in between.
Yeah, it's compound. Thank you, Ben.
You're
Like
welcome.
complex. I was like, wait, no, not complex. Compound. Damn it. I'm losing my brain cells because of the fact it's 2:30 in the morning.
Your grammar Nazi powers are depleting.
Shut up, please, Silver.
Don't you mean Riri?
Oh, I forgot. I'm Seth, the human. Seth suddenly smiled. When Jake left, well, I was just worried about making sure that those two bloodsuckers couldn't, well, suck blood. He was still smiling, and he laughed. Whoa, if Joe... It's W-H-O-A, not W-O-E.
You
Then
mad?
you say, oh, woe is me, not whoa. That's insane. Whoa. That's not the proper use of fucking whoa. If the fanfic writer heard this, I would... Never mind. Suddenly stopped laughing. Yeah, that should be your reaction, buddy. At the mention of Jake, he sighed. Poor guy. Who's Jake? Jacob is one of my best friends. See, it's not normal. Seth shrugged, used to the fact that he now was a giant vampire destroying shape-shifting wolf. I thought he said he was Seth the human. Never mind. I noticed that. What are you? The lion sounded interested now. More interested than he had seemed in the beginning. A few minutes ago, he had been confused. Now he just wanted to learn more. In a strange way, the lion reminded Seth of Jared. Jared actually liked learning, especially if Kim was in his class. Wait, who are we talking about now?
Jared Fogle from Subway. Who the hell do you think?
I don't know! I'm shape-shifting werewolf, Seth grinned.
They're not werewolves, they're just shapeshifters.
Took my shrine with my brothers and... No. You do not make brothers... You do not put apostrophe in brothers because that makes it possessive, and you're just trying to make a fucking plural. You do not do the apostrophe because it changes the very meaning of the fucking word. Oh, God, I feel like Ben right now.
Thank you.
We took a picture with my brothers and sister. That kind of explains it, but how did you change? Hey, you never told me your name, and I told you mine. Seth was trying to tall.
He was trying to tell a tall tale, that's what they did.
I don't think it's what they're saying. This doesn't make sense. This would be a long and complicated story, and although he knew the legends inside out, he really couldn't explain them the way Billy Black could. Now, how to get him to Billy? That was out of the question. And why did we question that? If people saw this line, they would probably start panicking. It'd be like he, his sister, and brothers phasing in front of them. Not a pretty sight. I'm Nuku, the lion told him quietly. If Seth had to guess, he would say that Nuku was in his teens. Not an adult yet, but not exactly a kid either. He had no clue how that related to lions, but it was the best he could come up with. Thank you, random fact. He sounded unsure, and something else that Seth couldn't quite place. Well, Nuku, it's nice to meet you, although I don't think you're supposed to be here, Seth finally said, wondering how Nuku ended up in La Push or LA Push. I really don't know what the name of the place is.
It's French pushing, that's what it is.
Fine. Of all places, this was Washington State, and lions didn't exactly come out of nowhere, unless he was from the zoo, but Seth doubted that.
Okay. Hey, do you know where I would stay? Because I'm William Shatner, and I pause in every part of my sentence. The question was hesitant, and Seth detected a slight trace of fear. The poor guy was probably lost as heck out there. Ooh, lost as heck, I'm so offended. Well, I could take you to my house. Seth answered unsure. His mother wouldn't like this. Leia wouldn't like this. Who the hell is Leia? Where are all these characters coming from? And he knew Leia better than anyone. He knew why she acted so bitter, even though the entire pack is so important, you have to capitalize it, knew. He knew things she didn't tell or think to the others. Oh, for the love of crap! How in the bloody hell do you not know how to pluralize anything? You just put an S after the word other. It's not that hard. He knew just how much Sam had really hurt her, and he resented him for it. Leia may have acted like she didn't care, like she was trying to spite Sam, but Seth knew the truth. She had been hurt deeply. He hoped that what he was about to do wouldn't make her mad at him, because he cared about her almost as more than his mother. Ouch. Come on, follow me, and try staying in the bushes. This would be a lot easier if we lived in the forest, not the... What? You mentioned the forest. What the hell is going on? Where are we? Are we in, like, Dimension 9 or something? The lion nodded and stayed in the shadows as he followed Seth. I guess that's the end of Chapter 2.
Yes.
So, Chapter 3. So, should I start Chapter 3?
Yes. Start Chapter 3, please.
Oh, dear God. Here we go. Chapter 3. As Seth and Nuku got closer to his house, Seth noticed a figure standing by the doorway. He recognized her immediately. It was his sister Leia. Oh, finally, we get to know who Leia is. Where were you, Seth? Leia demanded when Seth was in a shouting rage. Wait, Seth was in a shouting rage? Who? I thought. What? Oh, whatever. Seth cringed and motioned for Nuku to stay in the shelter of the trees. He stepped towards Leia, an easy smile on his face. I was on patrol with Jake, Leia. You'll never guess what happened. Seth couldn't hide the excitement from his voice. We found a lion, Leia, a real live lion. It's kind of, well, it can talk. Or, Jake and I could understand him. And How do you capitalize the and after an ellipsis? You don't do that. And, comma, Jake can talk to me as a wolf too. You missed everything. Nuku chuckled to himself. Seth was partially right. Kiji's necklace had a special power that breaks down the language barriers. He was still confused about the whole huge wolf thing, whatever. That sounds very formal. But that would wait for later. He tensed slightly, though, as Seth blurted out his appearance, and he waited for her reaction. Leia snorted. Sure you did, Seth. Prove it then. The lion snot. The lion sighed. But she didn't take it immediately so he could still hide. But he tensed up when Seth shrugged. Okay, Leia, but don't say I didn't warn you. Okay, warn is not spelled right. Warn is spelled W-A-R-N. What do you mean by warn? Like you warned Leia out like you had sex with her? Incest is not wincest, guys. Learn it. He motioned for Nuku to come out from behind the trees. Nuku hesitated. His experience with humans was a little new, but he wasn't stupid either. They would fear him and most likely try to defend themselves. If Seth wants to risk my neck, who's mine? Is it the narrator? Is it the narrator talking? He still needs trust that, quite frankly, he hasn't shown Nuku thought. Wow, what an overuse of commas there in that sentence. Gathering his courage, however, he stepped out of the trees. Coming closer to the house, he kept his ears down and his movement peaceful and slow. Suddenly, Seth could smell Sam. He reflexively looked at Leia. Oh, you mean you didn't look at her in a very tantamount way because you're using words randomly and you don't know what you mean? And saw that she had too. She looked hurt for a moment, then the familiar anger that she showed everyone else but him surfaced. What is he doing here? She. We've capitalized she. Why? She demanded, glaring in Sam's direction as he made his way towards the house. Seth saw Nuku back away, heading for the trees again. Oh, do I even need to mention it? Fuck this. Sam had already seen him. Seth! Leia! Leia's glare interrupted him. What are you doing at my house, Sam? She demanded. Capitalized she again. What? Ugh. Sam looked at her for a second, his eyes deceptively warm. Leia, can't I check my pack? His pack. Jacob just told me about your patrol, Seth. What exactly did Jacob tell you then, Leia asked again, not giving Seth a chance to talk? He just told me about the bloodsucker. Okay, Michael, you can go from there.
Okay. There were two, Seth spoke up. Nuku stayed hidden even with his cover busted. And why would you stay hidden, dumbass? You didn't seem to like this guy very much. Well, who likes anyone in Twilight? Be honest, people.
I don't know. Nobody likes Twilight. No one.
He decided to learn more about this place after Sam left. Something about Leia was inviting. Ew.
Oh yeah, baby. Yeah.
Well, technically she's a wolf, so I guess it wouldn't be technically bestiality.
Ooh, yeah, wolf baby. I don't even know. You just ruined my. That just ruined my joke there. Now it's not even attractive anymore.
She reminded him of his sister, Sierra. Who the fuck is Sierra?
Very incestuous of him.
From his hiding spot, he listened in to learn more about these bloodsuckers. Well, what is there to learn? Weren't you just told in the last chapter that they were vampires and they suck blood? I guess he has like a mind of a goldfish.
Apparently.
I don't remember ever inviting you to my house, Sam. Leave now. Wait a second. Let me look back at this sentence. Okay, never mind. I thought that the last two sentences said he left, but I guess I was wrong. Leave now. Okay, that's not a coherent sentence. Two words and there's a comma in between them. That is not what a sentence makes. Fucking dumbass. Leia was angry. That much was obvious. Then why did you have to write in that sentence? Seth sighed. He wished that Sam would just leave his sister alone. Hadn't he hurt her enough? Apparently not. Judging from what he next said. I think you can mix the words around, idiot. I think it's supposed to say said next. Emily wants to know if you'll come back to the house. She wants to talk to you, as do I. Leave her alone, Sam, Seth practically growled. You know this topic upsets her. Do what Leia said and leave. Sam finally dropped a nice act with Leia. Seth almost wished he hadn't. You know, Emily and I have been discussing wedding plans. Well, yeah, good. Yeah, that's a very smart move. Say this in front of your ex, supposedly ex. I don't know.
Well, why? I don't even know. The writer can't write for crap.
Leia's body was shaking so bad now that Seth was sure she would phase.
That's what you said.
Okay. Get off of my property. What? If she's supposed to be shouting this, can they be replaced with ellipses or something? If she's supposed to be pausing in between each word and then end it with an exclamation point. She said, clenching her teeth. Now. Yeah, without any exclamation marks, it just sounds like they're talking normal voices, you know?
Yeah, like the now needed the exclamation mark.
Sam shrugged as if the fact that he had just hurt Leia more than he already had didn't matter. Yeah. Not until Seth told me what happened earlier with the bloodsuckers. Well, you could learn more from Jacob. Seth glared at him. Jacob and I destroyed them. That's all that matters. Now leave. Sam chuckled. Are you sure, Seth? Nothing else happened? I'm sure, Sam. Leave. Seth said. His own body began to shake. Nuku was getting more ticked by the minute. This guy really did want to get attacked and mauled. Okay, Adam, you'll read the rest, I guess.
Wait, so he formed some sort of bond with the characters, only knowing them for one night? So now he magically wants to defend the character?
Yeah.
Apparently so.
Like,
Nearly 2 hours unite.
Well, this author's stupid. What do you expect?
They didn't even bother to try and develop a relationship between the characters?
No, it automatically happened.
Just magically friends?
Yeah.
We're friends after you knew me for like 2 seconds. Yay!
Now help me defend against my sister's ex-boyfriend.
Rage!
Now go ahead, Adam. Read the rest. Adam.
It's over. Okay, there we go. Sam nodded. If you think of anything else, tell me. After the ellipsis. The Alpha command hung heavy in the air as Sam turned and disappeared down the street. Seth nodded, looking at his sister in concern. Are you okay, Leah? He already knew the answer. Leah looked like she would phase any second. What does that mean, phase?
What is this phasing? Ugh.
Yeah, it's like, that's a lot of fish. What does it mean?
What the hell? Do you mean like burst, explode, get angry? What is phase? What is phase here? What is your thought process when writing this? Fine. She looked like she would phase any second now. Seth put a hand on her shoulder. She shoved it away, period. You sighed, period. Please, Leia, don't do this again. I want to help. Why did he have to come? Leia suddenly demanded angrily. I don't care if he's our Alpha. He has no right to suddenly show up at our house. And, wait, if he's the Alpha and the leader, doesn't that mean he kinda... Never mind. And that command, Seth, he knows. He wants us to tell him. I'm not telling that more on anything. I'm not going to his house either. His house either. I know, Leia. You don't have to go if you don't want to. Sam is... Well, he's Sam. If Jacob were here... But Jacob's not here, Seth. Wait, where did he go? Where did he go? Did I miss something, or did we actually read that?
You think Jacob had dematerialized?
He went into Dimension X.
Yeah, one dimension, now he's in dimension.
What happened? What is this bullshittery? Why is, like, he was there last, like, in the first chapter, and now he's magically not here anymore. What the hell? Is he, like, banned? Is there some reason he can't come? Hello?
Shut up, Riri.
But Jacob's not here, so unless you go and get him, where is he? He's not going to be here for a while. He needs time to calm down. Yes. Well, okay, I'm assuming the whole Bella shit, but why? Like, where is he? Where did he go? The anger slowly faded from her posture. She relaxed as if by magic. Yeah, I magically calm down after I'm angry. Bipolar. Yeah, at least Ben rants to get his anger out, so he has something to vet with.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, exactly.
I could go get him. Do you think he would mind? Seth asked. If he doesn't want to come, don't bug him too much. I can look after Ellipsis. Hey, what's your name? She asked the lion. Nuku stepped out from behind his... Oh god, that... Nuku stepped out from behind he trees again.
Behind he trees. Behind he trees. That's so funny.
It is funny.
He treases.
Adam, are you alive anymore? I think that sentence broke his mind.
I guess maybe I should finish up the paragraph, I guess.
Adam, you can handle the last few sentences.
Fine. Nuku, what's... he stepped up from behind. He trees the trees again. Nuku, what's yours? He already knew her name, and he wanted her to tell him. Leah, I'll go see if Jake wants to help then. What's the plan, Leah? Seth suddenly looked more curious. What are we going to do? Do about what? Nuku asked. It'd be real... Oh, wait. You know, that would be so much better if it said it would. But, yeah, whatever. It would be really nice if you could clue me in. I can explain things to him while you go see Jake, Seth. Leah replied to Nuku's question and Seth's expectant look. Seth nodded, turning and running off toward Jacob's house. The lion bounded after him, keeping close, not to lose them. Leah sighed as she kept pace with Seth and Nuku. She hated the sometimes being the only female shapeshifter in existence. If there were any other females, they hadn't came to see her. She would explain to Nuku everything that she could while Seth talked to Jacob. It would be easier if they all stayed together. It was beginning to look like Sam was suspecting them of something. And it would be better for everyone involved if they remained in a group. Didn't you just say that? Like, you didn't need to restate it. Why? Why restate it if you just said it in the last sentence? Or, better yet, get rid of the last sentence because you actually elaborated here. What the hell? What the hell? Sam was smart, and she knew that better than anyone. Fucking useless sentence.
Oh my god. Okay, Leia better be like the sexiest piece of ass on the planet. Because there's like a variety of male shapeshifters. Did you know the female shapeshifter? And the male shapeshifter wants to have shapeshifter babies. You have to probably refer to her.
Yeah, and that's the end of the Twilight Lion King fanfic.
My God.
Was it as bad as you guys thought it would be?
Reported?
Yeah. Guys, was this as bad as you guys thought it would be?
Oh my God. I did not, I mean, I thought it would be worse in grammar, but whatever, like, big words they used, they screwed it up with, like, a complete, like, lack of understanding of pluralizing words, and the plot was so incoherent that for 1 minute I thought everyone was on, like, their own parallel dimension, and then Jacob just dematerialized, and then, like, Leia became this bitch, and then like I don't even know what happened half the time. Half the time I felt like I was in like a drug-induced coma, not knowing anything that was going on. For all I know, they were probably like playing hopscotch in Mars, and I still would have not understood what they were saying.
Adam.
The plot was just everywhere. I was like, what the hell? We started in the forest. We left the forest. Now we're magically in the forest again. Now we're in some town. Yeah, Jacob left. We don't know where he is. What the hell? Oh, and that last bit just, like, really got me. Or not that last bit, but whenever it happened, actually. You know, he came up from behind. He treason. Why? Why did you not proofread your work?
Well, yeah, I agree. The story was inconsistent with its plot and inconsistent with itself. I mean, there were so many moments where it started out with Jacob and Seth in the forest, and then it kept reclaiming that they went back into the forest over and over again. Like, dude, we already know they're in the forest. What, did they leave for a short second and went back in or something? And yes, for some reason, and that whole Bella response thing. I mean, seriously.
What the hell was that?
I have no idea. I never read the book, so I don't know if that even happens, if the author just made it up all of a sudden. But seriously, what happened to Jacob? I mean, he just dematerialized, and I guess he randomly showed up at the end or something for a quick second before the chapter ended.
Sorry, I disappeared. I went to get some Wawa. What's going on, guys?
Oh, nothing. We were just having an argument with Sam. Oh, and this line... Oh, we want to make this lion a part of our family or something. I don't know. This story is stupid.
And apparently, Leia is the only girl shapeshifter, so like I said, she better be the sexiest piece of tail on the damn planet. And she has to have a nice figure, too. Because every single freaking shapeshifter is a male, so it's like I said, if you want to perpetuate your race, you're most likely screwed.
Yes, indeed. Anyway, you guys have anything last things to say in like a one-word sentence? Because this author really loves to put one to two words in a sentence or something. So you guys want to express it in the same manner?
Abysmal.
Adam.
Horrendous.
Okay. And for me, I say, it's a stupid piece of fuck.
Ooh, hey.
Yes. Anyway, that's been yet another random Skype chat. Say what?
I like how it was actually being recorded, so you could hear the ringing of the dial pad and whatever.
Yep. Anyway, this has been yet another random Skype chat / dramatic reading edition. See you guys later.